Good morning! This Friday is going to be slightly different. This is not really a tutorial or a lesson, it's more of a review. It's a review. It's definitely a review. So a couple of weeks ago, I shot an entire vlog on my iPhone. This review is going to be on the FiLMiC Pro app, and that is the app that I use to record the video on my phone. You can download the app in the iTunes store for about $25. It does bring mobile video to the next level. However, there is a bit of a learning curve. It is a little bit difficult. If you guys decide that you want to download this app, I would recommend find a couple of different tutorial videos and just kind of get a feel for how the app works. I did find one tutorial that I found really helpful. I will post it in the description box below if you guys do want to check it out. The FiLMiC Pro app basically allows you to change all of the settings that you would normally change on your DSLR, your shutter speed, your exposure, white balance. You can even shoot in log gamma, so that's pretty deadly. I haven't been using this app for a really long time. I'm not an expert at this app by any means, but I did find it super helpful. So let's talk about pros. Number one pro that I found was the exposure lock function. Sometimes you might notice when you're shooting with your phone that if you point your phone up to the light, it changes exposure. In the app, you can actually lock your exposure key. Number two thing I love about the app, log gamma. They added log gamma this year. They just came out with the update, so it works on the 6S Plus phone. It makes the files coming from the app a lot easier to grade in post. There are a few downsides to that as well. You do actually have to adjust the curve so that your blacks aren't too crushed out. You can notice blacks in my vlog if you put it full screen. The shadows don't have a great roll off. And so it's basically shadow to like black, and then there's kind of like noise in between. So I didn't like that. I did find that adjusting the curve did help with that a little bit, but you do have to watch that in post. Number three upside to FiLMiC Pro app is being able to change your white balance and actually set and lock your white balance. If you guys shoot video, you know if you're shooting on auto white balance, you do get some shift in between your clips, and sometimes the shift can happen in the middle of the clip, which makes it very difficult to grade. The ability to actually customize your white balance is massive on your phone. Those three things already make filming on your phone like way better. You do have features like focus racking. You don't get the same effect, obviously, that you would get with a lens on a DSLR camera, but it's kind of a cool makeshift thing. You can kind of play with it. The app does allow you to shoot in different frame rates, which is also huge. So you can actually choose whatever you want, but what I was shooting with was 24, 30, and 60. Downside, you cannot shoot log gamma in 60 frames per second. So you can shoot 1080p, 2K, 4K. The front-facing camera on your phone, on mine anyway, only shoots 720p. The app actually does have support for the DJI Osmo mobile handle. You can also plug in external mics and control your mic feed right in the app. I did test it the other day and the mic did make a difference, but I didn't use it because it was a lapel mic that I had. The app also has a focus lock. I just kept it on auto throughout mine just because I found it a little bit easier. I didn't want to lock it on something and then have it not focused on my face. If you're using it with your phone in landscape mode, you can actually swipe in from the sides and you have a lot of features. They've added zebras so you can actually see where you're under and overexposed, which is huge. You can actually turn on stabilization, and it does a decent job of reducing the camera shake. You still get a little bit of jello, especially if you move too fast. They also have a bunch of different ratios, so 16:9, 1:1, so for square video. A couple of cons, a few cons. Shooting in 2K, and this was probably my phone, but I am gonna mention it anyway. The video feed did skip, so I did like a 3-minute segment of vlogging, and the audio was perfect. However, the video was very skippy. Could be my phone, but it is something to consider if you're using the app. You might want to test it out first. It did not happen on all of the clips. It only happened on select few, and it seemed like it was the ones where I was talking, which kind of sucked. Maybe my camera was trying to tell me something. Doesn't matter. When you switch to 60 frames per second, you cannot shoot in log gamma, but when you go back to 24, it doesn't turn log gamma back on. So you actually have to physically remember to go back in and turn log gamma on. So that is my brief review on the FiLMiC Pro app. If you want to check out the vlog, I'll leave it up here, and I'll also leave it in the description box below, as well as a tutorial that I did not create for this app if you want to see how it works. In terms of actually vlogging on my phone, I did find it difficult. Holding it out wasn't quite far enough away. I did almost drop it a couple of times, so if you want to make videos on your phone, I'd recommend getting some accessories, probably a mic. You can even get lenses. I've heard Moment lenses are very good. I've never tried them. I would love to, so Moment. hook me up. The Osmo Mobile or other type of mobile handle would be huge for keeping that video very, very stable. And even like a tripod or a selfie stick just to get that camera out a little bit further. Yeah, there it is. So guys, I hope you liked the video. Let me know if you decide to download the app, what you think of the app. Has it changed the way you shoot video on your phone? Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and hit the bell so you get notified when we post new videos. And happy Friday, Friday. Anyway,